Well, we go from one form of art when we're talking about apps and mobile gaming to another. This one, of course, more traditional, and I like to think just a little bit more hands-on. We're talking about beautiful art, all different types of mediums, and it's their 23rd year, the Chelsea Wakefield Studio Tour. We're joined by Janice Moorhead, President, and Phil Daniels, Artistic Furniture Artist. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you here. And 23 years, Janice, obviously an incredibly successful studio tour. Tell us a little bit about maybe its beginnings and how it's evolved over those years.
Well, I was one of the first artists on year one, and it was very different at the beginning. We started with there were 8 or 10 artists. It was before the computer was around.
Right.
Everything was quite different. Our brochure was black and white. Our mail-out was like hands-on, lick the stamps, stick the stamps on the envelope.
Kids at home are going, what?
Yeah. The photography of the work was done by a photographer. Now, I mean, the whole dynamic of putting on the tour has changed from, everything's computer generated,
Right.
a lot easier in many ways, maybe difficult in some other ways, but I've seen the evolution from 8 artists to now, this year we have 25 artists. And yeah, it's been a great experience. My children have grown up with the tour. They're in their 20s now, and they started from day one toddling around and wondering, what are all these people doing in our house?
Well, I think that's the other thing. People aren't sure. They hear the word tour, and they're not sure, are you all in one big room and you go around, or are you in a special location? What do you mean by tour?
Well, our tour is, I can show you, we put out a brochure,
Right.
and basically there's a map in the middle that shows the location of each specific studio. Some of the artists are doubled up, so although there's 25 artists, I think there's maybe 20 studios. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
So the public has a chance to come up to the artist's studio and see where the work is made, as well as seeing the work and talking to the artist. And it's also good for the artists because they actually can understand how the public is relating to their work. It's really good back and forth feedback that way.
And Phil, you're one of the participating artists, and this is some of your work here. This is absolutely beautiful work. Where did you come up with this idea of the bent guitar?
Well, I started out with Salvador Dali as this painting of melting clocks. So I thought I want to make something out of wood. And I was looking for something. So anyway, I came up with the idea of the guitars because they're beautiful. The beautiful guitars, these are actually built like a Fender Stratocaster.
Right.
And they use this finish, and they use beautiful wood. This one's got very highly figured quilted maple. You can't really see it on TV. So I had the idea to do that and make the bodies like a guitar. The necks are real. So it took me actually 2 years of kind of developing the idea and doing some prototypes to finally come up with them, and I've had a few different designs. So now this is what I've been doing lately, and I've been making these for about 4 years now. So
if I go to the tour, fall in love with one of these, can I purchase it on the spot and take it home with me?
Yeah, probably. Or it depends, because I'd like to have it like the tours for 2 weekends. It'd be nice to...
Right.
Yes.
You need some to show off, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Although, imagine if you said, I'm all sold out. That could be good, too.
Well, they're kind of my signature piece. So, I mean, I have a lot of
Right.
other furniture, too, and things. But these are, these really get me a lot of attention. So, and a lot of people like to come just to see them because they're
very original.
You can't describe them, and the pictures don't do them justice. So
our mouths, jaws dropped when you brought them in today.
When I do art shows, this is what gets me a lot of attention.
Janice, you work in glass. Here's a piece that you've worked on. Tell us a little bit about the type of art that you do.
Well, I call it layered stained glass, but it's quite different from traditional stained glass in the fact that rather than the traditional lead soldered joint in between each piece of glass, I actually sandwich the stained glass between 2 larger panels. So the result is a more delicate look, and it's the glass that stands out rather than the heavy leaded line. So, and I have other work too that the sandwiching technique allows me to incorporate other found objects. So I have work that's incorporated little figures and I think the work is related more to painting than traditional stained glass because they're more of some of them are little stories, actually.
So we have woodwork, we've got glasswork. What other things can we expect to see when we go to this event?
This year we have a really wide range of media that I'm very pleased. We have jewelry, we have photography, we have printmaking, etching, land art, which is quite wonderful. You name it, we have more than one wood artist as well. And then, of course, we have like the painting, the drawing, the traditional medium. But I think what's special about our tour is we have a good blend of all sorts of mediums. So there's a lot to offer the public.
And a really picturesque part
Oh my gosh,
Canada.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you have not been to that area, you are really missing out.
Gorgeous.
It draws a lot of artists, and I think you see that in that area, that it's such an incredible place for artists to be inspired. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for being here.
you.
Really appreciate you both coming.
Thank you.
tourcw.com if you're looking for some
That's
more
right.
information about what you can expect to see over the couple of weekends of this event.
Yeah, you can get the full tour guide there,
Yep.
too, the map to find out where you have to go. Listen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.